Katawa Shoujo, also known as Disability Girls, a well-regarded visual novel made by Four Leaf Studios, a group primarily composed of people from a board known as A. That's right, this visual novel was made by 4chan, and was their first. And here we are. You know, it only seemed fitting that I end the 4chan made visual novels with the one that started it all. I have heard a lot of great things about Katawa Shoujo, but like before, I like to keep myself in the dark for these because I want to experience it blind for the first time, so I want to apologize in advance if I butcher any of the names, because my weep speak pronunciation is awful. I'm gonna keep the adult content enabled only because I don't know if it's going to really make a big difference in the story. And also, again, I'm not a coward. That being said, when the scenes do show up, I'm not going to be able to show them because YouTube's assassins will fucking murder me. Just how long am I expected to wait out here anyway? I'm sure the note said 4 p.m. I am 2 images into this game and I am already impressed by the art style. Uh-oh. My heart is pounding now as if it were trying to burst from my chest and claim this girl for itself. The beating in my chest suddenly stops, and I go weak at the knees. Oh shit, did he have a heart attack? What an opening. It's been 4 months since my heart attack. Oh, Jesus Christ. I was hoping I wasn't right about the heart attack. You don't think of heart attacks, you know, while you're still young, you know? Arrhythmia. A strange word. A foreign alien one. One that you don't want to be in the same room with. I mean, it's not every day you wake up with cardiac arrhythmia. It's simultaneously one of the worst things that you could imagine happening to you, and yet also be the one thing that really helps put your life into perspective. I mean, I don't know, I'm rambling. This game, I haven't even gotten through the prologue yet, dude, and I'm already digesting this game's serious subject matter. The gate looked far too pompous for what it was. You know, I'm glad I never got so cynical that I looked at something as simple as a gate and just said, yeah, you know what? That's too pompous for me, man. As he calls out her name, the cute, bubbly-looking girl with bright pink hair and gold eyes waves her hand at me. I take a seat next to her by the window. You know, it's not a game with anime girls if one of them doesn't have pink hair, you know? I pick up one and shake it just to hear the contents rattle inside, then read the glued-on pharmacy label. What the fuck? It doesn't really say that, but it could just as well. Okay, I was about to say. She crosses her arms and shifts her gaze slowly to Misha, who looks more preoccupied with trying to grind the eraser of her pencil down so that the top is perfect and evenly flat. Look at that frown. You cannot give so much personality to this girl just yet. I haven't even seen the rest of the cast, okay? At least give me a moment before you start doing more adorable shit like this. You know, I'm just gonna say it. Misha's alright and all, but I can't stand the laugh. It is amazing to me how these guys conveyed such an annoyingly obnoxious laugh despite there being no sound for it whatsoever in the game. I have known Lilly for less than 5 minutes, and I can already tell she is going to be an absolute treasure. While the rest of the library has the odd student sitting at a desk either reading or stealthily sleeping, the back is pretty much deserted. As I glance around, I see someone who I recognize sitting on one of several beanbags. It's the dark-haired girl from my class, the one who snuck out of the classroom earlier. Ma'am, where's your nose? My eyes still wander to her direction, and I sneak peeks at her flowing hair and the scars it's hiding. Her gaze is not inquisitive at all, though. It darts around like a scared rabbit. When our gazes finally meet, the chain reaction is unstoppable. Jesus, I thought I was gonna get jump scared. She stands up forcefully from the beanbag and takes a deep breath. Is it like a staple for every visual novel to have an absolutely banger soundtrack? Like, this game especially is blowing my mind. It sounds like something you'd hear on like a Nintendo DS game. Like one of those games where the gameplay was kind of just hit or miss, but the soundtrack didn't have any right being as good as it is. I don't know where this is going, but I think I won't be missing much by cutting out now. No, I am not ready. I only get as far as turning the doorknob before Kenji starts talking again, showing that he doesn't really care if my mind is blown or not. Sight of a feminist infiltration. Oh no. What is with this fucking music? Oh my god, you're a nut. Oh my god, this guy. I guess she's waiting for someone. What to do? Oh god. I mean, I'm gonna be doing all the routes anyway, so I shouldn't really be having a hard time picking, right? Okay, let's go. As we turn around the corner of the hallway, something hits me in the chest with the force of a steam train. Hanako shrieks a little and my vision briefly goes black. Opening my eyes, I see a pair of saucer-like green eyes looking up at me. The girl winces a little, rubs her nose, and jumps up. The worried, high-pitched voice of the girl snaps me out of it. I'm not surprised she's got a high-pitched voice, to be honest. I just want to say real fast, another thing I like about this game so far is that you can really tell that different people worked on each of the main girls. Specks of dust are dancing in the stagnant air, making the beams of light almost visible. Jokingly, I call into the empty room. Anybody home? Something catches my eye and I stop mid-sentence. Sitting on a desk is a short-haired girl, curiously wearing a boy's uniform. With a fork between her toes, a morsel of food stuck firmly on the end. You know, when I did my limited research into this game, I saw a lot of people praising her, so it'll be interesting to see what the deal is. A beam of light illuminates her face from the window side, creating a mask of dark shadow on the other side. This messed up Sherlock Holmes kind of statement and the sheer lack of tact it was delivered with catches me completely off guard. Jesus Christ, this girl. I think I might have reeled back even physically as Rin's eyes widened in revelation and astonishment. With your tackle? Shut up, Rin. A-tier character already, just off this introduction, by the way. She seems to do a lot of smiling. I feel like I'm repeating myself when I say that a lot of the characters in all of these visual novel games I've played have to have winning smiles. I might as well make a chart one day and rank all of these smiles that I've seen, because some of them are they're just too great. Oh no, the girls are fighting. Shizune and Lilly don't like each other, that much is clear. But this seems a little much. It seems like Lilly has had enough and is ready to push back. Whoa! Oh, fuck! The sound effects are killing me. What are you talking about? I don't understand why Shizune is suddenly getting mad at me. Look, I like Shizune. I kind of like how direct and straightforward she is compared to the other girls. But at the same time, going with my gut here, you don't just insult Lilly like that. Cut her some slack. She gives me the sweetest smile I've seen all week and turns on her heels to make her exit. Worth it. Boy, I sure love getting into petty high school drama. The stairway to the roof is a little dilapidated, but it's clearly been used recently. At the top of the stairs is a door, complete with missing padlock. Emmy shoves the door open and steps beaming into the sunlight. I'm sorry, I can't look at a fence on a rooftop the same way ever again. Fucking snoot game. Taking a few bites, I glance up and notice Rin deftly opening the lunchbox and popping a forkful of food into her mouth using only her feet. Even though I've seen it before, I can't help but be impressed at her dexterity. It's also a reminder of the sort of place I'm in right now. Will I ever get used to sights such as this? I can't decide if getting used to such a thing would be a good thing or a bad thing either. Does getting used to this place mean that I'm giving up on being a normal person? Or does it just mean that I'm becoming more understanding about those around me? Yeah, this game's writing is really good. It addresses such an odd topic really, really well. Sure, it'd be my pleasure. I grabbed 2 well-used red baskets from the small stack beside the entrance, handing one to Lilly. Before I can complete the thought, she comes beside me and pinches the cuff of my uniform in her slender fingers. Sure. I have no reason not to accept. I can think of worse things than shopping with a pretty girl holding on to me, even if it is out of necessity. Cherish her! Protect her! She's the fucking best! For a person who gives an impression of being the quiet type, Rin really does use a lot of words to say things that don't need a lot to be said. She seems to be that kind of person. Always so relaxed. As if bull elephant grade sedatives were flowing in her veins in the place of blood. I watch Hanako out of the corner of my eye out of sheer curiosity at the idea that the two would be separated. But why would Lilly leave her to her own devices? It seems to be quite out of the ordinary, going by Hanako's reaction. There's got to be something to do that can kill the time. I gotta choose between Lilly and Hanako, huh? Okay. You know what? I've gotta go with my gut. Let's go see Lilly. As I walk towards a table adjacent to the window, I notice a flash of yellow around one of the table dividers. It takes mere seconds for Akira's examination to come to an end. Apparently becoming quickly bored with the activity, she turns to her sister. What the fuck is that face? I don't know. I'm pretty hungry, so I thought I'd get some food first and then check out the attractions. Your class project seemed pretty cool, and I gave a hand with it, so I want to see at least that one and chat with Lilly, I guess. Speaking of that, don't you have any obligation for the project? Okay! I am about to commit a fucking crime. Hey, Lilly, you mind if I join you two for tea every now and again? A smile on her face is more than enough to see her answer. Aww. Oh, I'm so fucking ready. Or maybe I'm not, I don't know. Oh, this is gonna wreck me. Oh boy. Why do I put myself through these adorable games? Sure, go ahead. No, go ahead. I don't mind. Lilly raises her right hand, which I take in mine and guide to my face before letting go. Oh god, this is cute. I was just wondering, you're at least part foreign, right? She gives a small giggle before setting down her book. What? How does that even work? Happy birthday. Hanako gives a small nod, holding on to Lilly for a time before breaking off and wiping an eye. Hanako gently takes the doll and teddy bear, holding them both to her chest as she warmly smiles. She's going to be the next route I do, by the way. Just spoiling it for you now. After I leave the room and enter the hallway, though, I hear Lily's footsteps behind me. What's wrong? Without a word, she strides up to me. I freeze as I feel her hand slide onto my cheek, seemingly every nerve taking in the feeling of her fingers and palm upon it. Immediately after, her face slowly moves next to mine, a light, momentary touch of her lips brushing against my other cheek. For a moment, everything seems to stand still. I absentmindedly bring my fingers to my cheek, as if to try and recapture that fleeting feeling. My heart feels like it has a bunch of goddamn butterflies in it. Oh, every time these games do this, dude, it's always good. I don't get it. This game is making me so happy. Her shoulders slump a bit after finishing one final fold, her work apparently done. It's only when she holds the item up in her hands that I realize what it is. That's a nice crane. This game is so fucking sweet, I can't get over it. So I find myself idly chatting with Hanako, as usual, when lunchtime finally rolls by. Not really. You're probably best off just sticking to the original. His later books didn't live up to it, other than maybe God Emperor. I know it's referring to Dune. I just think it's incredibly funny to imagine it being 40k. None of us are particularly eager to speak while eating. Lilly altogether too reserved for such a thing. Hanako probably too shy to start conversation. And I too busy savoring the food. Just the three of us, sitting around a single table eating as if we were a malformed family. Maybe this trip, as far away from everything as we are, was worth it. Dude, this whole segment has been so cozy. As we continue walking, I begin to feel pins and needles in my legs. It's a little disturbing given there's no reason for it to be happening. Could you two hold on a moment? I just need to... Nah, I just got pins and needles in... Fuck. My vocal cords suddenly become taut as my chest tightens instantaneously. It only takes a couple of steps before my body violently revolts against me, my legs suddenly beginning to give way underneath me and all tension in my knees seeming to evaporate. Oh fuck. Before I can react, they uselessly give way under my weight, leaving me only just enough time to brace myself and fall onto all fours. I come to a realization that makes me endlessly irritated with my stupid self. With all the excitement of my new surroundings, I'd entirely neglected to take my medications last night, or even this morning. I just had to say something about this scene being cozy. Son of a bitch. As I look out the window, I faintly see something in the distance. Straining my eyes, I can just make out the shape of a person's figure. Her long blonde hair swaying in the faint breeze makes her almost seem to melt into the bright yellow of the wheat field. Without a second thought, I leave the room to follow that lone apparition. She takes a long breath, a slight shakiness to it just barely audible through the moving air. Aww. I'm still here, and I'll always be here, because I want to see you more each day, to share in your happiness, support you in your sadness. But most of all, I'll still be here because I want to see your smile, your true smile. It's okay, Lilly. I'll never go away. This is another picture that I want on my wall. Lilly is the first to shift uncomfortably, though. What is it? Oh fuck, here we go. As I reach forward to pull her top up, she stops after she moves her hands to do the same. Alright, this is about the part where I can't actually talk about anything that's happening here. I can see the laser sight from YouTube's assassin pointing at me, so... I just want to say that sex scenes in video games are very, very difficult to do right. In my own opinion, as somebody who just plays video games and doesn't make them or write them, if you're going to have characters fuck, it really should mean something. I'm already impressed. Now I gotta play the rest of it. What's wrong? You're leaving for Scotland again? For a long moment, Akira looks surprised. It's an ill-fitting expression for her. I can't help feeling that my assumption that we could all happily while away our days, having fun in this isolated little world, is coming to an end. It's unsettling. The fact that there's no music playing in the scene is giving me a bad vibe. I look at Lilly, mildly surprised that she hasn't told me such a thing despite usually being so forthcoming. I am not liking where this is going. Oh no. No way. Her evasiveness when asked about her future, that awkwardness that had steadily grown between us, that uncharacteristic outburst of anger, all of them suddenly fit into place. Oh shit, she's leaving. Or she might be leaving. Has she accepted? Oh my God. For the first time in a long while, I finally have an answer to something. Perhaps not even that. But at least I now have the right question to ask. Will you leave or stay? That was not going the way I thought it was going to, but it all makes sense. Oh, fuck. All pointless. All just a fleeting moment in our young lives. For the love of God, please let there be a happy ending to this. While trudging down the corridor to my room, I see an unwelcome movement from up ahead. Sure enough, the opening of the door opposite mine heralds the arrival of a bespectacled Kenji. Kenji, I swear to fucking God, this is not the goddamn time. I don't really want to go into it. It's late. Thanks, Kenji. This game is fucking wrecking me. And it's only the first girl. God damn it. It's so sweet, but it still hurts. He still kept the crane. 10 o'clock. Evening. Curfew will be soon. I wonder. Tell me this is something good, please. Oh my God! Oh shit! Oh man. Holy fucking shit. If this is how I feel after one route, oh, these next ones are gonna be fucking wild. I said that Lilly was going to be an absolute treasure, and I was right. Son of a bitch. Oh, I'm gushing about how cute that all was. Man, I'm just gonna give my brief thoughts real quick before I move on to the next one. That one was really nice. It was simple and sweet, nothing too complicated. It felt a little fairy tale-ish, but I think it worked regardless of that, you know? My only minor criticism of it definitely seemed a bit easy to get the good ending for that. Some of the choices were just kind of obvious. Still handled all of its subject matter perfectly. I loved it. That was great. I couldn't have asked for a better first playthrough. Okay, it's Hanako time. It'll be interesting to see how she's portrayed in her own route compared to how she was portrayed in Lilly's. The strobe of colored lights plays across Hanako and Yuko's smiling faces, and for a second I forget to look out the window. This one's gonna hurt. Whoever did this game's animations, I sincerely hope they know that they are appreciated. I slowly make my way to my seat, and it's only then that I realize why the room is so peaceful. The seats beside mine are blissfully empty. The world's loudest interpreter for the deaf has yet to arrive. Damn it, Misha. I slowly walk to the table and sit down, trying my hardest not to disturb anything along the way. I also can't help but steal a quick glance into Lily's top as I sit. To be robbed of sight would be a most terrible fate. I must have taken a wrong turn somewhere, because I could have sworn this was the Hanako route. We separate and begin to walk our separate ways, before I stopped and looked back. These little moments we share between us feel like a small treasure. One thing is sure. I want to protect that small, delicate smile she so fleetingly wears around so few people. Welcome to the club, brother. I'll be sure to bring you your jacket. Hey, shouldn't we be doing the assignment? Lilly and I were, for Hanako's birthday, the cat is out of the bag, but it looks like Hanako is taking it a little better than I thought she would. Misha looks up to Hanako in order to apologize, then pauses. Hanako is staring at the middle of her desk and barely moving, a maudlin expression on her face. I guess I was wrong about her taking it well. Way to go, you two. You fucked everything up. Congratulations!
Congratulations!
I believed that Hanako had gotten stronger, and she has, but it wasn't enough, and I was too eager to believe it. Now she's terrified, alone in the middle of the classroom. There's nothing I can do without drawing more attention to her. Trying to take our relationship further than what we share now, when she's so fragile and vulnerable, wouldn't be right. I don't need to be more than her friend in order to protect her, to try and stop anything like this ever happening again. The possibility of my feelings for her going beyond that doesn't matter anymore. Hanako is precious to me, and that's why I can't take advantage of her. But even so, there's still that sting I feel when I think that way. The fact that he's thinking that way about her is a little scuffed, but at least he's acknowledging that he shouldn't be doing that. I can already tell she is fucking wasted. Hanako suddenly hiccups and accidentally knocks over the doll. Oh, don't make that face. Come on. Just what is my relationship with this girl? I want to protect her, to make her happy. I'm not really sure that it's something like love, but I don't think these are the same kind of feelings I have for Lilly either. I feel sorry for her, having gone through so much in her life. Her parents died in a house fire, and she lived in an orphanage for so much of her childhood. I can't even imagine that kind of life. But I feel like there's so little I can do for her, especially now that Lilly is going to be leaving the country. Without further ado, the driver starts the engine once more and they begin the journey down the hill and towards the airport. So, what do you want to do? Hanako looks less panicked than before, but I think the feeling she's giving off now is worse. It's not anger, nor annoyance. If anything, it's one of apology. Oh my god, we're already at Act 4. Hanako's route is moving a lot slower than Lilly's was. That's not a bad thing though, I kinda like the themes it's tackling. It's like a love story, but told in the opposite direction, I guess, if that makes some sense. Would that make it an anti-love story then? I'm not sure, actually. That was such a weird way to describe it, but it makes some sense, I guess. What is there to worry about over me? Sorry, I was just taken a bit off guard. Still, isn't Hanako a bigger problem at the moment? Oh, she's got a point. The situation got effectively turned on its head. After everything that's happened, this is the first time I find myself doubting Lilly's judgment. Well, for starters, my guy, you shouldn't be, because she's known her longer than you have. And secondly, she's right. Like, that's the part that hurts about this, is that she's right. The most prominent lesson that I learned from both Wanting and Snoot Game is that you shouldn't be trying to fix everybody's problems, because they have to learn to do it themselves. And that effectively means not to coddle anybody when you're going for a relationship like this. Regardless, this route has really gotten me to think about things, so I'm gonna hope this is the right call. Hanako's gaze is fixed on my scarring, as expected. And once I nod to say it's okay, she steps forward and tentatively places her hand on the vertical line running down my chest. Aww, this is so sweet. She moves to answer, but stops herself. Instead, she silently breaks from my side, opens her door, and steps inside. I open my mouth to speak, but she preempts me. Hanako's hand reaches for her chest, grabbing her blouse at her heart. Yep, this one's gonna be tender. These guys are too good at what they fucking do. I'm at a loss for words. You can change, Hanako. I know that because, even in the time I've known you, you've already changed. To be honest, just being able to sit here and talk to you like this means that you've changed a lot since we first met. What is it? You don't need to be evasive about it. Don't worry. I'll accept it, whatever it is. She gives a sweet, bashful smile before taking my shoulder in her hand. Hanako? Hey! Let's go! Let's go! Hell yeah, dude. One day my luck is gonna run out on getting these good endings on my first go, but I'm gonna try to ride this train out as long as I can. Okay, it's Shizune time! Misha starts to clap, laughing exuberantly as she does.
Congratulations!
Congratulations.
Congratulations!
Oh no.
Congratulations.
With a squeeze, she pushes another note into my hand. I momentarily think that it's a buzzer and wonder if the shock could kill me. I crush the note in my fist dramatically, but no one is there to see it, and that makes me sad. The school is on top of a damn hill. How hard could it be to find? I may be slightly directionally challenged, but I'm sure that even I can do this. About an hour and a half later, I walked a long paved path leading from the gates to the main building. Where did you go? Frustrated, she stands up, arms behind her back, looking authoritative and confident against the backdrop of stars. Suddenly, Shizune throws her arms out towards the open sky, seeming to hold it between her hands. It's as if she's telling me to look at everything in front of me. The school... Whoa! In my defense, the game hasn't done anything like that yet. The image of Shizune standing forcefully before the stars themselves, denying myself pity, does not leave my mind easily. How in the world do all of these animations still manage to contain all these unique feelings? Oh no! I started the class a week later than everyone else. It's not that bad. This is the first time I've heard, "I'll tutor you," used outside of dirty movies. I'm not nearly as turned on as I'd have expected. Why was that so funny to me? God damn it, dude. In every one of these routes, he's such a lonely horn dog. There is no humor in her expression. She is dead set on this. We both put out Rock. A draw. I thought I had the perfect plan. Rock is unbeatable. Shizune frowns, deeply upset by this unexpected turn of events. Not as planned? 2 papers. Damn. We both throw out 2 rocks again, but a third hand is among us representing scissors. We tie again. Every time Shizune demands a rematch, eventually skipping that step altogether and throwing rock, paper, or scissors out with increasingly reckless abandon. Oh no. This is all news to me, as I can't remember what we were doing this over. They forgot about the bread that they're fighting over. Her form is amazing, like a professional bowler or something. Just to throw a hand motion. 2 papers. Fucking A, dude. While I'm trying to imagine that, Kenji takes his glasses off. He squints as soon as they're off his face, which makes him look even more tired than he already does. He was right. He does look very different. Kind of like he hasn't slept in years. I've read that somewhere. It's because it makes your eyes look less beady. God damn it. All of her clothes are very tasteful and mature. Very well thought out. So, then, I wonder why she herself is so immature. What? 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 Are you for fucking real? This guy looks like the amalgamation of every single how to draw manga book that you used to see in school. Well, 6 of us went, so we couldn't all do it at the same time. First it was just me, Akira, Hideaki, and Misha. What? I've known this guy for less than 5 minutes. And I want him to commit die. I don't know, that makes a lot of sense to me. Must be like an oven under there. I want to see it. Where is Misha anyway? Oh, that's actually not too bad! Motioning to her to go ahead, I wait for her to get off the chair and take her place when she does. Though I didn't intend for it to be, she finds it amusing. Oh boy. Her hands slide onto my shoulders, up to my neck, and then back down again. Then across my shoulders and down my arms. Something tells me this is gonna get steamy, so... Oh my god! I figured that it couldn't be anyone but Kenshi, which is why I'm surprised when it ends up being Misha. No, I'm just kind of surprised. Did Shizune remember something that she wants me to do after all? It's late, but whatever. I guess it's good that I didn't change. I just suddenly had a bad feeling in my gut. Misha gets up and quickly drops herself on the bed, until we're sitting only a few inches apart. Just a couple seconds later, she pushes her head forward and gives me a light kiss. It misses my lips, more due to bad aim on her part than because of me. Misha, what the fuck? I tried too hard to hide it from both of them before. It seems like such a dumb thing to have worried about so much in retrospect. Oh, fuck no. Up until this point, I'd like to believe that I have been incredibly lucky in picking the right options. It just... Neither of these options feel like the right call to make. One day my heart's gonna win over my gut, but my gut's telling me no. I'm sorry. So do I. Oh, that just made everything complicated. She only has a second to smile before Shizune starts pulling us impatiently towards the door, binding us together like a human chain. Although it's dangerous, none of us seem to think of letting go any step of the way through the school, out of the doors, and across the grounds. Wincing, she fidgets a little in her seat, trying to get comfortable in a pretty uncomfortable looking way. I guess this means she's okay with it. Is it hard, being an adult? Oh, fucking mood. I used to think that giving up was kind of like running away, since that's how people always describe it. But now that I think about it, it's usually more like throwing something away. When you run away from something, you can think of it as still being there. So, I was in the hospital, and I didn't just want to run away from my problems. I wanted to never think about them again. Anyway, my point is, you can't do that. People are too sentimental to just throw their memories out like that. You can't pick and choose, though. That's like wanting to live in a bubble. The worst part is, your way of thinking is so wasteful. It's making you so pessimistic, you're afraid of everything. Come on. Everything? I see. It's nice to finally know. I'm glad these two made up. I was really worried for a moment. I want to be able to ask Shizune one day if I'm right. I want to spend the time I have with her. Finally, I want to make Shizune smile for herself. Aww. That one was very different, but I also really enjoyed it. Shizune herself is such a contrasting character, but I can't help but like how it was portrayed in this route. Alright, this little bundle of energy is next. No way did she plan this. She produces a crumbled sheet of paper. Oh my god, this girl. A vast conspiracy? Maybe Kenji's onto something here. Emmy dragging me out in the morning to run might just be a good thing after all. It's something to look forward to. Why is he running like a PlayStation 1 character? I have a feeling this one's gonna be nice and simple, but still be really enjoyable. Once again, I hope the animator knows that they're appreciated. Runner's high? Emmy thinks for a moment as we walk, trying to remember. Then she shrugs and grins at me. Every time she runs off screen like that, it just brings a smile to my face. I don't know what it is. What? Saying silly things? Emmy sticks her tongue out at me. Showing I'm alive, huh? I didn't know it had to be so painful. Look, sometimes you just have to find out if you're really alive. She's really amazing. I've never seen anyone move that fast. Yeah, she told me. Where is her father now, if I might ask? Emmy's mother hesitates, clearly not willing to answer the question, but at the same time not wishing to appear rude. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to bring up bad memories. Let's play Guess That Drama. I think I found Emmy's. Every single time this game has a moment of levity between all of the characters, it's always so comfortable. I love it, dude. It's usually a nice moment of character development, and even if it's not, it's just nice to have the characters relax and enjoy themselves, you know? She attacks the food as if she's had nothing to eat for years. And the moment I say that. Lilly, even if I tried, I would not forget about you. Still best girl, by the way. I'm not trying to be suave or anything, mind you. Somehow I think Emmy would get offended by that. Instead, she sticks her tongue out at me and chucks a pillow at my head. I retaliate, of course. And once I've retaliated twice, well, a war was bound to break out sooner or later. And really, when Emmy appears to have far better aim than me, well, it was just a matter of time before I'd have to resort to a suicidal charge. Gotcha! When did this become a DC comic? She's grinning, eyes sparkling with amusement, maybe a little sweaty now from our tussle. This rowdy's oddly physically intimate compared to the other ones. The small bit of my brain that is not currently enraptured by the sight and the smell of her observes that she must still be ill, because her stamina is not what it should be. It's not just me, is it? This definitely feels like more physically intimate, rather than emotionally. It doesn't make me uncomfortable or anything, it's just, I guess I'm not used to it, considering the last 3 routes have been more emotionally romantic. My thoughts grind to a sudden halt. This time her grin short-circuits several important thought processes. He's 404ing. Help my guy out, please. At some point I turn toward her, and at another point her arms move to around my neck. There's a churning feeling in my gut. The world falls away. There's just me and her and this bench. Except right now I'm just concerned with getting to Emmy and finding out what's wrong and how I can help her. Something is very wrong as I stare at the scene before me. Emmy's there, yes. But she's in a wheelchair. And her legs are missing. I glance around the room and see them sitting in a corner, looking like they've been thrown there. I notice that I'm a little out of breath, having taken the stairs 2 at a time in order to get here. My heart doesn't seem to mind the strain, though. I file this happy fact away for later consideration. Like when I am not staring, somewhat dumbstruck at my girlfriend in a wheelchair. Believe me, brother, you'll get used to it, and it'll be worth it. But why? Why do you have to keep going through this alone? Why can't you just trust me enough to let me help you? That smile again. Jesus Christ, when this route gets serious, it gets serious. It's so contrasting compared to the relationship that they have throughout the rest of the scenes that they're in. I'm going to be honest, this route hasn't been for me in its entirety, but when it gets into the serious moments, Emmy's is top-notch. Oh, okay. This will probably help her open up. Fucking this guy, I hate him so much! I drift down this unpleasant train of thought for a while, losing track of the conversation. Oh, we're just gonna jump straight into that can of worms now, are we? That's nice. This one's honestly a little bit tricky. Fuck it. Even though it feels like I'm kind of going behind Emmy's back, I'm gonna ask her mom. What's that?
I beg your pardon?
Well, now it's out in the open. And Emmy's eyes are wide, and she looks like she wants to bolt, but she doesn't. What? You think I'm supposed to just forget about it? You threw me out of your house! We've been going on for almost a week pretending it never happened. I shake my head slowly and take a few steps toward her. You know what your mom told me? She told me that you'd never ask for help, because you know that you're strong enough to get through anything on your own. But that's not the full story, is it? I won't stop. Because I don't think you'd want me to. You can understand that sort of determination, can't you? So I'm not going to help you because I think you need rescuing. I don't want to be a knight rescuing the damsel in distress, but even knights helped each other out, you know. I want to help you, even though I know you can do it on your own. Oh, fuck. This is gonna get sad. This whole scene has changed my entire opinion on Emmy. God damn, the writing in this game just keeps surprising me. I reach up and ruffle her hair, smiling all the while. I'm stupidly lucky, I think. To have come through everything after my heart attack and to somehow have found this girl is nothing short of a miracle. As long as Emmy's around, I think I'll be okay. I've managed to help her, and she's managed to help me. If we keep doing that, we'll be okay, I think. Oh, man. That route had me doing a complete 180 on how I felt about it. I know I said that this route wasn't for me in its entirety, but the more it went on, the better it got. So it's got that going for it. Man, am I glad I talked to her mom. Alright, I'm finally here. I get to see what all the fuss is about with Rin. Okay, so, last girl. Let's finish strong. Jeez. Okay. Alright. I wasn't expecting the rapid head shaking. The final rocket goes off with a bang of silver and blue, leaving the grounds eerily silent for a moment until the crowd starts moving towards the main gate like a cattle herd. I stand up and stretch my sore back. Sleeping against a brick wall wasn't such a good idea after all. Rin stands up as well and turns to face me, with an expectant gaze on her tired features. She gives me one more lingering look, measuring me from tip to toe, turns around on her heel, and skips off, disappearing into the crowd. How is this one going to break me? Why do these animations make me feel things? So, did you have world history in the morning class? To do this? I feel like every conversation with Rin is either going to include some of the most brilliant dialogue you've ever heard somebody say, or just be so pointlessly complicated for the sake of it. I'm either going to feel big-brained talking with this girl, or my head's just going to fucking hurt, so... From the way Rin was drawing, it looked like she was really into it. God damn! Ignoring the teacher's sleep-inducing voice, I opened my notebook to an empty page and pressed the needle-sharp graphite tip of the pencil onto it. What to draw? Draw a gator girl in a half-pipe. Do it, you bitch, do it. He ends his sentence with a dramatic gesture. It seems he's expecting Rin to show some sort of joyous, shocked reaction at such grand news, but she just stares at him blankly. Rin looks up to her teacher's glowing face, then back down at her desk. That is the face of a girl who is really conflicted about a choice being given to her. So why are we here? Are you miserable then? The blank stare changes into a more difficult expression as she shuffles her weight around. She plops down on the forest bed, leaning on the maple she named the Worry Tree. After wondering what to do for a minute, I sit down too, 3 feet apart from her. Patches of sunlight litter the small clearing in a pattern that echoes the maple canopies. I realize that right now, I no longer feel any of that intense loneliness I feel at night, just before falling asleep. I might be more like Rin than I thought. I can either give up and stay submerged under the weight of all the crap in my life, or try to change myself for the better. Her decision is different, yet the same. And unlike her, I know for sure that I can't stay like this forever. I have to change. I think what's really selling this scene for me on how good it is that there's no music. It's just the ambience. This is going to be very, very difficult. We were just talking about the thing with your acquaintance in the gallery. For Rin's works. Sort of. Anyway, I don't think I have much else to say other than that you should go for it. Holy shit, there's 3 choices? God, this sucks because I don't like any of these dialogue options. God, I hate everything about this. Oh, no, not really. I think it's been more me pressing her to decide something. Maybe I shouldn't have. Well, that's just incredibly fucking worrying. Please put your tongue back into your mouth, sir. That's making me very uncomfortable. After having the first bite, I pause, savoring the combination of tangy citrus and smooth, sugary meringue. It's quite good, though a bit too sweet for me. She's talking through a mouthful of cake, already halfway through her slice even though it's not exactly small. Calm down, Emmy. It's not a duel. You can have what you want. I've only started to process that rather blunt statement before Rin suddenly hugs me. The awkward way she presses her body against mine and the lack of embracing arms makes it feel like she fell on top of me. But the warmth of a real hug is still there, and that's how I recognize it for what it is. This is so touching, dude. Why would you kick Emmy in the stomach? Man, I'm sorry I'm such a mess. Her request stops me in my tracks. Not that I intended to scoot off right away. I look over my shoulder at the girl lying on her bed, again with the strangest kind of smile on her features. Gentlemen can do. She takes an unsteady step towards me, then another smaller one as she notices that it's not a good idea to try to take big steps. I feel my muscles tense as I prepare to catch Rin if she falls down. Oh, Jesus Christ. She manages to take 2 more steps before she falls against me. I am absolutely stumped on how to respond. I tuck Rin in, covering her with the sheets as well as I can. Oh, she looks so cozy. Something on your mind? Oh God. Oh God. Rin! Rin, stop! Rin, take a breath! Holy shit, girl! Hold on! Holy fuck! His words have an unpleasant ring to them. I was just about to say, where have I heard that one before? I'm headed upstairs to see if Rin will come back to school with me anyway. I think she's been staying overnight here too often lately. The room is dark because of the quickly falling night, but I can see Rin, or rather her silhouette, sitting on the floor. Before I manage 5 steps, I stop, frozen in my tracks. The ironic realization that human cognitive ability is commendable echoes through my mind. What's happening? Rin is sitting on the floor with her legs under her. She moves in rhythmical motions back and forth, slowly grinding. Rin? What the fuck? I can't leave her like this. She's not well. I honestly feel a little bad for reacting how I did when this whole scene started. I don't know, I guess I went into it, thinking it was for shock value. And lo and behold, it turns into something actually really touching. Like, both story-wise and physically. I feel like if any other game tried to tackle this scene, they would probably treat it with the same amount of respect that this game does, but they 100% would have gone for something like, oh wow, Rin, the girl who made a joke about his tackle, now needs the master fisherman to help her with her fucking baiting practices. It wasn't very tactful of me. Last night. I can't do that. Because I like you, that's why. What the hell? Okay, just going off what I know about Rin, this is gonna get me nowhere. I honestly think this one's probably the worst one of the bunch. Fuck it, we ball. She's like a stone wall. I just can't reach through to Rin. It's impossible for me. Fine. I don't care. You wanted to change. You wanted to destroy yourself. You want this exhibition more than anything, right? Okay. Then do it. Oh, did I fuck this up? No, please. Wait, huh? That was the right choice? Where the fuck is this story going? When I walk into my room, I hear her footsteps following me in. I didn't invite her in. I won't ask her to leave. So she needs me for nothing specific? Just happened to come by because she thought I'd be glad to see her after she shut me out. No complaints accepted. For a week. Bullshit. I can answer myself. To play mind games with whenever you want? To kiss whenever you want? To ignore whenever you want? To fulfill your whims whenever you want? Is that it? What do you need me for? She leaves it at that, her eyes restlessly wandering around, searching the room as if the words she tries to find were written in the tapestries of my walls. Then what? Paint. Of course. That's what artists do. I can't believe she could be so stupid. This is making me incredibly uncomfortable, by the way. Can't what? You never explain! How am I supposed to understand anything if you never say anything? Why don't you ever talk? Say something! But she doesn't. Her voice is tiny and tired as she says this, but I hear the words clear as day. What is there to say anymore? This is my room. Was it me who caused all this by talking Rin into taking her chances with the exhibition? Am I directly responsible for Rin becoming like she has been for the past weeks? I bang my head hard against the wall. Twice to make sure it hurts. I don't have any other words. What the fuck, dude? Rin keeps stumbling with her words, looking more and more vexed by the expectant inquiries. Everyone is waiting for her to say something, but she looks like a cat got her tongue. I fail to hear the question that is the proverbial one too many. It's like a motor stalling. Rin just freezes for a long, long second until she falls on her knees, hitting the floor ungracefully like a sack of potatoes. Seeing that nobody does anything, I force myself to step to Rin and lift her up from the floor, letting her lean against me to keep standing. Finally, somebody fucking does something! What the hell is wrong with these people? What do you want, then? Oh my god. Thinking back on all of the scenes with Rin, I don't think she's really ever cared about what people thought about her paintings, right? Alright, so I have debated this choice for, Jesus, way too fucking long. Alright, so this is it. This is the one. I'm standing here, I'm pointing at the stands, I'm calling the shot. This is either going to complete the perfect run for this game, or I'm going to fuck it up at the last second and completely and emotionally ruin myself. The exhibition? She nods and closes her eyes, breathing calmly out as if to prove she can, and then continues talking to herself. See, it was never about her at all, was it? You fucking asshole. As outrageous as Rin is and was, I shouldn't have let myself get caught into that. Especially when I started feeling the way I did towards her. So, did I fail? That's what her eyes seemed to ask. I'm sorry, Rin. I might not be able to be your friend. I don't think I could ever be a good friend to you. I say these things because they are true, not because one of us would like to hear them. But they are something that must be said. To make a girl cry is the most despicable thing to do. Even Rin. Especially Rin. Behind that veil of aloofness, Rin is just a human being too. Just as confused, scared, and lost as any of us is. Most of the time, it seems that there is no rhyme or reason for what Rin does and says, but for once, I think I really understand how she feels. But no words can express it, and no words can make it better. Rin was desperate for someone to look at her paintings, and somehow see right through them into her soul, to understand her feelings. Because she felt she could not express them in any other way? How can one say whether that is right or wrong? Could it be that all this time she's been trying to reach out to me like I've tried to reach out to her? Oh my god, she's been doing this the whole time. Oh, yeah, of course. Where? My reply is covering my nervousness as badly as her question is covering hers. She shakes her head, and I almost expect a couple of ultramarine-colored morphos to pop out of her ears. Very funny, Rin! Oh boy. Okay, fine. I'll help you out. I have a towel somewhere. Do you want dry clothes? Is a uniform fine? I'm taller than you, but... I push my anxiety away and concentrate on the 8 buttons lined on her shirt, just like mine has. You know, this really is not what friends should be doing. I whisper, once again noticing how such a simple matter as talking can be overbearingly difficult at times. Oh my god! Oh shit! This is so fucking adorable! That wasn't what I meant, but her serious tone and the layers of connotations behind Rin's question give me pause. Nah. She takes 5 steps to climb on a large rock so she can rise as high as it's possible here, and stands on tiptoes. When you reach for the clouds, every inch counts, like those tiny seeds scattered into the wind. I'm sure that Rin too can take her place in this world without the need to create her own inside of it. Maybe she believes it too, and standing as close to heaven as possible, she is giving the world a big hug. What is it? Oh, man. That was incredible. $93%, huh? It's a curse. I'm starting to believe it now. It's a fucking curse.
No! God, please, no!
What am I doing?
No!
What am I doing?
No!
I've got to stop doing this to myself. It's an awful feeling. It really is. Well, now the question is, was it all worth it? Yeah. Yeah, it was. Every single time I finish one of these visual novels, it always feels like a journey. and Katawa Shoujo was no exception. Not bad for a game with no dino girls in it. I'm currently working on the next video. I want to see for myself what other visual novels really mean, and what their message really is. It might not be as impactful as those from 4chan, but I still want to try. Anyway, that's what I'm willing to do, and I think that's enough. Will they see this video? If you do meet them, give them a message for me. Yo, Anons. Still alive? And thanks, guys. See you again.